All right, guys, welcome back for part two. So if you haven't already watched part one, get over there and watch part one. But now this is the second half of my faves. Like I said, there's so many things I love. Oh my goodness. So let's just we're going to get right into it and find out the rest of the products that I've been loving in 2024. Okay, so the next major category that I have is lipsticks. I have a thing for lipsticks. I'm looking down. I got quite a few that I'm going to be calling my favorites. Yeah, I love lipsticks. I don't know what to tell you. Before I get to the actual lipsticks, let me just mention two lip liners to start us off. Because I pretty much, for the most part, I can't do a lipstick look without a lip liner. It's very rare. I always do a lip liner. But there are two brands that had come up with lip liners. So it was new to their brand, and I've been really enjoying them. One is Lisa Eldridge. Now, she did have, this is a new formula for her. So she did have a lip liner before, and then she came out with the Sculpt and Shade Lip Pencil. So it is a different formula for her, and the shades are definitely different. And I actually prefer this formula and the shades that came with this one over her previous one. So I'm happy that she came out with this. So the shade that I have is 3N. If you're my skin tone, I think this is the best shade that she has, honestly, out of all the shades. It's your traditional brown lip liner, warm brown liner, but yeah, the color, the formula, fantastic. I've been absolutely loving this. And the next is Fenty. Fenty finally came up with lip liners, and she has a lot of great shades, and I particularly want to call it this shade because I don't want to say she's the first one to come out with this shade, because I can name at least two or three other brands, but it's very rare for somebody to come out with a shade of brown that is this deep and this cool. This particular shade is Traced Out. So this is not an easy shade to find. The shade that you see from Lisa Eldridge is the kind of shade that pretty much every brand, when they come out with a brown liner, their deepest shade is always this, always. It's not often you can find this shade to get it that deep and that cool tone. I'm telling you, I can just only name on my hand other brands. They're rare. So this is a great shade and a great formula. So those are my top two lip liners for 2024. Okay, let's get to the lip products. I'm telling you, I have like a dozen. Yeah. Let's see, where should I start? Maybe we'll start at lip balms and work our way to like full covered lipsticks. So let me grab a couple lip balms. Okay, we are back with Lisa Eldridge. She came out with her lip balms. Forgetting the name. I'll put it up here, her specific name for the lip balms. But I got the beautiful packaging. You can tell how much I love this. So this is Sweet Fig. I'm almost done. And when I first got this, I was kind of hating on it because it was basically my lip color. And I was like, oh, it doesn't really show. No, I love this. Absolute great formula. It's moisturizing. It's very natural. It's a beautiful shade. Yeah, I will see if I make it to 2025 till January 1st, but I'm definitely not going to make it to the end of next year with this lip balm. That's how much I love it. Prada's lip balm, and I'm telling you, I know this is luxury. I know these are expensive. It's great packaging and everything. I don't care. She's really expensive for lip balm. I love it. So it's in the deepest shade. I'll try to put it up here. I think was it mahogany? But this shade is gorgeous. This is a lip balm that I even feel comfortable almost wearing it like a lipstick. It's a beautiful tone on my lips. It's gorgeous. It's moisturizing. It feels fabulous. Absolute love. Last one, I'm going to kind of cheat. I don't know if I'm allowed to put this in or not because it just came out in the Chanel boutiques within the last week. So that's 2024, but technically this is for spring, summer 2025. I know we are in the dead of winter of 2024. but I'm gonna sneak this in anyway. They had come out with some lip balms earlier in 2024, but I'm in love. Particularly, I got this purple shade in the new one, and I know I owe you guys a video, but I would figure I would show you now. This shade is absolutely gorgeous, and on my lips it kind of leans pink, with a hint of purple. But this is gorgeous, and the formula is fantastic. I actually might go back and get another one or two, and then maybe then I'll come. Then when I come with you guys for the video, I'll maybe even have more than one. Showing you the purple lip balm from Chanel. Then I gotta show you this is from Suku. It's the one product I bought from Suku, which is crazy because in previous years I normally buy a lot of products from Suku. I only bought one, and it's the Moisture Grace lipstick, and it was in the purple shade. Now, I was planning to save this for my video on the Chanel brand, but here's your sneak peek in terms of the color. So they're very similar, and it's actually what's on my lips now. But I will say this is thicker, a little bit more coverage, although you can definitely build this up to a degree. It is a little bit of a different formula, but if you're interested in a purple moisturizing kind of lip balmy formula, you know, those would be my choices. It's not often you can get a purple lip balm, so Chanel and Suku has come through. All right, continuing with the moisturizing light coverage lip products, Dior. I'm showing you both of these just because I love the cases. These are two of the new cases that I love, but I'm going to focus on this one, not only because it's a beautiful case, but because of this shade, which was a new shade. I will try to put it up here what the shade is. This is purple toned, but it still has more of a brown base, but it's cool tone, but you can see it has a cool brown purple tone to it, where these are more straight up purple lavender. This has a brown base to it, but this is gorgeous if you want to call it more wearable. They're both wearable, but I think this is just such a unique shade, and I love the Dior Addict Lip Shine formula. Just love it. I'm a big collector at this point. And to finish up with Dior and just very light coverage kind of lip products, this is a lip oil. Yes, the Dior lip oil. The product is not new, but the shade was new. I think this was in Bronze Glow. Love this shade. It's gorgeous. Love the formula. You can't go wrong with the Dior lip oil. And to finish up with lip oil, lip glosses, Fenty. We all know about their Fenty brand, but this particular shade was new, Major Flex. It's just such a unique shade, and especially you pair this with this brown liner. It's a gorgeous lip look, I'm telling you. So we've been talking about the soft and light lipsticks. Let's get into some full coverage lipstick. What is probably one of my absolute #1 favorite lipstick of 2024? Prada. Prada. Okay, I reviewed this back in January 24. Still absolutely in love. I have several shades by them. This is probably my favorite, Tonka, my most used. I would say this is my most used. Another one I should have showed you, I have a deep purple shade that I love as well, but this would be my most used. You can tell I kind of have a type in terms of shade, but this is one of the best matte lipstick formulas. It rivals Lisa Eldridge, and that's saying a lot. This is one of the best matte lipstick formulas, period. Not just 2024, period. I've been really loving this kind of a shade, so I had to bring out, Chanel had several shades, and I bought like 4 of them in this packaging. This was a very like limited edition packaging, but this particular shade, very similar as you can see. I know I have a type, but I love them both, and I've been using this a lot. This was number, I think, 400. It's gorgeous. Different, but gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, let's keep going. This was in a limited edition packaging from Dior. I bought it for the packaging because they never come in gold. And it has beautiful embossing. So this was part of their holiday collection. But besides the beautiful packaging, it's just It's a gorgeous shade and it's very comfortable moisturizing. So this is a satin formula, not matte. So it's not gonna be as long lasting as the Prada matte lipstick, but it's still just a gorgeous, comfortable lipstick. But if you really want a good matte lipstick, like I said, my favorite is Prada, but Gucci is one of my faves, all-time faves as a formula, and they had come out with some new shades, and this year they had come out with several, but the one that I got was Eva Grape. As I said, I love a purple tone, mauve-y kind of lipstick, so obviously, you know, I was in love, and this was just kind of very unique. They always tend to have more unique, cool tone shades that I can't get from other brands, so I do really appreciate Gucci for that. And lastly, to round out the lipsticks, obviously the reason why, I'm going to show you the reason why I picked them was because of the packaging. Let's keep it real. My main reasoning is for the packaging, but I can't deny them. Guerlain, look, they came in a lot of different packaging, but these were the ones I got. Clearly, I love a good sparkle. So you have this one, and then look at this with the lipstick imprint, but it sparkles, and like, it sparkles. If you open it up, there is a great mirror, which I have used when I'm in the office. I can look in the mirror and just use that. It's heavy, it's weighty, it's expensive, but it feels it. It's beautiful. Now the shades that I bought, I'm not sure if they were new shades, to be honest. I was more buying it for the case, but I did enjoy I do enjoy their lipstick formula, but admittedly, my main reason for it is the case. Their cases are great. Now, just so you know, they did change their case packaging a little bit, so they do not perfectly fit the original Guerlain cases, so you can't mix and match with the original lipsticks. But once you get one of these, then you can mix and match the new one. So you can, just buy one case and then multiple lipsticks if you want, but I prefer to have one case per lipstick. That's just me. All right. Okay, we are done with lipsticks. I forgot 2 lip products that I should have talked about. Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath came out with these Dramatique Mega Lip Pencils. I got it in 2 shades, Flesh 5 and Garnet Glow. So here is Flesh 5, or Flesh 3. I'll write down the right name on the screen, and Garnet Glow. These are the 2 deeper tone skin shades. I love these. It is a perfect hybrid of lip pencil and lipstick. I've used them both as lip liners. I've used them both as all over lipsticks. They are a matte formula, long lasting, and these are great when you have a cute little purse that you can't hold like a normal size lipstick. These are great for travel. I have to mention this brand called Edam. I love them particularly for their skincare, but they have this lip balm, which is a great formula. It's called the Lift Softening Balm, and I got it in the shade Boba Bounce. It's great on anybody, but obviously for deeper skin tones, this is a fantastic, like, warm brown shade. It's hydrating, feels great, and such a cute color. We're getting closer to eyeshadow palettes. I usually tend to leave that near the end, but before we get to eyeshadow palettes, let's talk about the important tools that frame the eyes, and that is eyeliners, both liquid and pencils, mascaras. And I'm someone who really likes eyeliner, so I buy a lot. Probably more than the average person does. I'll try to go as quickly as possible, but let me let you know my favorite eyeliners. Okay, let's start with my favorite brand, Chanel. Now, I mean, overall, if you really want to know, my true most favorite brand for eyeliners is actually Victoria Beckham, but I didn't buy any new liners from them this year. But my second favorite is Chanel, and it's specifically the Stylo Ombre et Couture. They had come out with these 3 shades in the spring, Dreamleaf, Blue Nuage, and Neon Dahlia. These are all just fun shades, so if you like any of these kind of shades, they're great, they're creamy, lovely. Kind of, sort of, maybe cheating, I don't know. Like I said, Chanel just came out in their boutiques. This is currently available in the boutiques, but I don't believe it will be available until January 1st in terms of being on their website or major stores. But they did come out with several new shades in the Stylo Zero Waterproof. And this particular shade, Vert Lagoon, absolutely love. I've been actually, even though this is a more drier formula compared to Stilo Ombre et Couture, I actually have been enjoying it. So I'll eventually come out with a video for you guys for this. Keep going with Chanel because I bought a lot from Chanel in terms of eyeliners, mascaras, that kind of thing. I bought liquid eyeliner and it's actually what's on my eyes now. I got it in the purple shade 538, I think. It's this kind of a tip. Which I know can be tricky to use, but I actually do enjoy it, and I just, you know, appreciate having some fun colors, particular purple. So that was great. By the way, Neon Dahlia is on my lower lash line. If you're curious about what mascaras I got. Chanel. On the bottom, on the lower lash line, I have the lavender shade. On the top lash line, I have the darker amethyst. The lavender one is called Lilas, and this is called Amethyst. So I have both of these lower and upper lashes now. I just love the colors. They just came out with a lot of fun colors this year. Getting back to eyeliners, let's talk about specifically back to liquid eyeliners. In a traditional liquid liner, in terms of just a normal good black eyeliner, we all need a good black liquid eyeliner. My absolute favorite has been from Lisa Eldridge. This tip has been phenomenal. Reminds me of one of my favorite Tom Ford liners, but this is, not that this is cheap, but is more affordable comparatively to Tom Ford. Love this. I would definitely repurchase. If you just want some fun shades, Dolce & Gabbana, sorry. Dolce & Gabbana came out with a lot of fun shades. I bought these 3. There's even more colors. I'm not going to say it's the most fabulous formula, but they have some, it's a good enough formula. They just have a lot of unique colors that not everybody has. So if you see a color that you like, then I think it is worth it. As we're approaching the eyeshadow palettes, let me just quickly talk about liquid eyeshadows. Chanel, these were 2 fun ones that come out. They might have been liquid limited edition, but I think you can still get these. These are in 2 fun shades. So this is in the Ombre Premier Lac. The green is Grasshopper, and the deeper shade is called Milky Way. I've been enjoying these. These are just a lot of fun. Another great formula if you want something that I like to use. This is from Violet FR called Yeux Paint, and this was in the shade, I think, Yeux Bleu. This formula, I actually like to dip my brush into this and actually use it for liquid liner. More so than, although you can do it all over the lid, I actually prefer to use this as a liquid liner. But this blue, this cobalt blue, is just, I feel like, such a unique shade. They have a lot of different shades, but it's just, this I felt just was just more unique of a shade than I've seen from other brands. So it was just so much fun to use. Okay guys, let's talk eyeshadow palettes. I have to admit, you know, years ago, 5 years ago, something like that, eyeshadow has always been traditionally my biggest category, my most exciting category. I feel like this year, and this has been happening, I think, slowly over the last couple of years, but, you know, in particular like this year, I feel like I'm finding myself buying less eyeshadow palettes. Not completely, still buying them. Obviously, I love eyeshadow. Is probably, you know, my eye look is probably one of my favorite things, part of my makeup regimen. But I find myself buying less eyeshadow palettes in general, just because I feel like, because I own so much, it's getting harder for a brand to show me something that I feel like is going to be unique to my collection. I'm pickier about my eyeshadows. You know, just my collection is just kind of, it's huge, and so I can't have things like overflowing. So, but nevertheless, I actually do have several eyeshadow palettes to talk about. So let's get to it. Some of these, I think most of these I've discussed. I think most of these I've all discussed, but probably the one that's actually my number one is one that I have not done a video. So yeah, wait to hear that one. So no particular order. This is no particular order. I'm just grabbing them as they are on my lap. Okay. I'm going to start with Pat McGrath. Pat McGrath traditionally has been my favorite eyeshadow brand. But yeah, they're a brand that, I haven't really bought much of. They're not making as much products this year. There's all kinds of rumors swirling. Are they going to go out of business? Are they pulling out of Sephora? I'm hearing all kinds of craziness. So I don't know how much longer we get from Pat McGrath, especially how much more unique products. She didn't even do a mothership this year. Is she ever going to give us motherships? I don't know. But I did really enjoy this 5-pan. It's the purple one, Starfell Seduction. Still a great formula. I still really enjoyed this palette, so this actually still made it. Came right at the holiday season, so I almost didn't think I would have anything to talk about Pat McGrath until this came out right in time for the holiday season. Dior. Now, yes, admittedly, why did I buy it? This pouch. This pouch is gorgeous and it is sturdy, it's beautiful, but I actually do really enjoy the eyeshadow. There's another palette, it was just okay. But this one, hold on. Okay, this palette right here, I've been really enjoying. What is this? This is Montaigne. Absolutely enjoying this palette. Hopefully you can see that okay. Obviously, you gotta love smoky silver kind of eye looks, but this particular shade is also kind of fun and unique. Not saying nobody's ever created it before, but it's just fun. And just all these shades of just great formula. I've really had fun using them, honestly. Like I said, I have videos dedicated to these products, so you can watch for all the swatching and eye looks and everything like that. Now, as much as I love Chanel, eyeshadow is usually not a category that I really talk about or rave about with Chanel. But this palette, which is not for everybody, admittedly, I know this. I bet there are a lot of people that decide not to even buy it. We're not interested in it. I get it. But I truly enjoyed this palette. This is Divination. This came out like in the fall. I know it might be considered crazy colors, but I really had a lot of fun with these. These are actually good formula. Usually, I don't normally think of Chanel having good formula. Their palettes are hit or miss. Some palettes I like, some palettes I don't like. I don't like everything that they come up with. But this particular one, I had a lot of fun with. So if you like purples and greens, and you don't have to use all 4 at once, you can just do a look with just the bottom 2, just the top 2, up and down. Just use 2 shades, just use 3 shades. You don't have to use all 4, but this was just a lot of fun, and it was just good formula. So yeah, I actually love it. Isom. Now, Isom is a makeup artist brand that has been out forever. But surprisingly, this is my first time ever trying the products, despite all the rave reviews I always hear about them. This was a palette that just came out this year. This was the number 3 Harmony palette. So it's very warm tone, but I wanted to get this just because I felt like these are a lot of shades that I don't have a lot of in my collection. And so, but the formula, they have a fantastic matte formula. In terms of matte formula, like Viseart is one of my absolute favorite matte formulas. Isom is up there. Isom, and that's Viseart's another makeup artist brand. So you want a makeup artist level matte formulas. Isom is great. So if you see a color story, it doesn't have to be this one, but if you see a color story that you love, I really highly recommend getting something from Isom. Tom Ford. Tom Ford is a brand that I had a year or two where I went crazy. I have a lot of Tom Ford palettes, but I have since, though, in the most recent years, haven't really been buying Tom Ford. They really haven't been coming out with much unique palettes or stories that have spoke to me, but I decided to get this, and I'm putting this in here just because I just feel like the formula is unique. It's actually more just because of formula. It was just unique, and I felt it deserved a shout out. It's this cream, their cream palette is called Ionic Smoke in terms of shade, but it's their cream quad, and it's like putty, like this one. These ones are like putty-like. It feels putty, like it's so crazy, but it gives a great smoky look. It's just I just appreciated that. I'm not saying nobody has anything like that, but it felt a formula that just seemed very different from most brands and even from themselves. So I appreciated just having something in my collection that the formula was just something unique, because it's hard to be something different and unique in this day and age of eyeshadow and makeup, which is on my eyes now. Natasha Denona. You know you can never go wrong with Natasha Denona. You can always count on her having a great formula, and she's still coming out with some fun and unique color stories. Tend to be monochromatic always, but you know. So this is purple. So obviously you got to love purple to get this palette. This is the Roxa palette. What I'm especially in love with are the mattes, because it's really hard to get good purple mattes. And she has a great formula. Usually I rave about her shimmers. The shimmers are okay in this palette, but it's the mattes in this palette that are fantastic. I just did a matte eye look. I know it's very simple. I wasn't trying to do too much today, but it's just a good matte formula in purple. So if you love purple, you need a good matte purple formula. Here you go. My number one eyeshadow palette is something, it's a brand I have not spoke about on this channel, because on this channel I really do focus on luxury brands, and this is not a luxury brand, this is an indie brand. But honestly, you know, when it comes to eyeshadows, indie brands are usually the way to go if you want to have top tier quality. Luxury brands, you know, I can count on luxury brands especially for complexion products, but not always for eyeshadows. So this year it is this palette. It is from a Daps Cosmetic, and it is called Flying Fiddles. Now, you know, indie brands, you know, typically though, you know, what scares a lot of people away is that they tend to do color stories that can be kind of, not quote everyday, you know, not user friendly. They tend to do a lot of rainbow palettes and things like that, and that gets a turn off for people. I'm not someone who's afraid of color, but I know a lot of people are. But this is a color story that has a lot of, it got your pops of colors, but actually has a lot of neutral tones in here. So this is something that I feel like will appeal to everybody. You don't have to be a big indie person to be into. So you have all your neutral tones, but then you got your pops of colors, and they're pops of colors that are green and blue, and you got rose gold and mauves. These are all colors that, you know, can, you know, shouldn't scare people, I feel. But the formula is fantastic. The mattes, the shimmers, just across the board. This was just a great palette that I just kept finding myself going towards. You know, this is just a really good palette. So this, fantastic quality, and it's just like a palette that, you know, you can't miss with these colors. So you're gonna use them over and over again. So out of all the luxury brands that I've done all year long, nope, this brand, indie brand, beat them all. This is my number one eyeshadow for 2024. Flying Fiddles from Daps Cosmetics. I know I could stop at eyeshadow, but I'm going to do 3 more categories real quick. So, nail polish. I love nail polish, and I especially love Chanel nail polishes. These are my 3 shades that I particularly enjoyed. This was a fun one that came, I feel like, in the summer, springtime. Rivers Use. This might have come more like spring, winter, spring, Lagoon. And then this came in the fall, Phenom. And this is so, like, it goes purple, blue. Like, these are just really unique, you know, it wasn't traditional colors. These were fun colors, and it just had dimension to them. So these are fantastic. My first year trying Hermes. Very expensive, very pricey. But this was a fun color, Blue Agate. And then, not luxury, but I just had to bring it up, OPI. You know, that's your go-to drugstore nail polish, great quality. You don't have to buy Chanel nail polishes. They make fantastic nail polishes, and you can get any shade you want from OPI. But I'm big into Wicked, yes. And they came out with all kinds of colors, and not just green and pink. There was so many different colors in the shade range, but this particular one, Rejoicify, I believe is the shade. It was just a fun shade. It's like this plummy shade, and I don't know, it's just really, really gorgeous. So those were my favorite nail polishes of 2024. Oops. One more nail polish I gotta mention. It is from Dolce & Gabbana. Their brand, I think, is called Nailed It. But this particular shade is 02 Idol. It is so beautiful. Not only number one, bottle, luxury with the bottle, but the shade is such a dynamic shimmery shade. It's so cute. So I think this is also, particularly in this shade, but I think this is a nice nail polish formula. And they're new to the nail polish game. So if you're interested in luxury nail polishes, check them out. Makeup brushes. I'm going to just mention 5. Most of them are from the, I think it's the Kiyaki set from Sony G. This has been my go-to highlighter brush. This has been my absolute favorite. So the highlighter brush is TF3. My probably most used eyeshadow brush was T4. Oh, this has been my go-to in the crease shade. This is a unique shade. This is great shape. This is great for when I want to just one and done. I'm trying to go for a no makeup look. I just need to put some bronzer, just a quick shadow all over the lid really quickly. T6 is just fun, unique into my collection, and it really is just a quick workhorse. This has been great. This is great as well. This was T3. It's pointed shape. And something that is not Sony G, something that is not Fude, but I'm just gonna mention anyway. Actually, Hourglass. I know they always have these two-ended. It's my first time buying their two-ended. I got one. They didn't have a lotus flower, so I got the dragon one, and I actually been enjoying it. You know, this is great. Powder, highlighter, blush. I've actually been finding this has been great, and it's great to travel with. It's very soft for a synthetic brush. So yeah, believe it or not, I've actually been enjoying Hourglass's brush. Absolute last category is skincare. Just a couple of items. These are items, I believe they're new in 2024, but there might be a couple items that I mentioned that might not be new, but they're just new to me. But I'll just bring it up. Let me first bring up a brand that you probably have not heard of. I believe they're a Black-owned brand called Edam. I was actually gifted these two products, but I generally have been enjoying them. It is their Milk Marvel Dark Spot Serum and their Gentle Exfoliating HAA/PHA Toner. And I think they've been really helpful for my dark spots, my acne dark hyperpigmented spots. I've actually been enjoying this. So anybody, women of color, or anybody who's dealing with hyperpigmented acne scars, I think these have been helpful. I've been using them for the past month or so, and I feel like I'm seeing a difference in my skin. Go-to brand is Supergoop. I'm not 100% sure. I think this came out this year, if not last year. I've used a lot of products from them before, but this is my first time using their Hydrating Daily Cream. This has been my moisturizer, and I just love that it has SPF, good formula. Just a good moisturizer with SPF. Absolutely needed. For eye serum, I'm not 100% sure if this is new or not. I've used a Kiehl's vitamin C eye serum from them before, but I feel like this is a new formula from them. I love their old one, but I've been enjoying this one, which is the Powerful Strength Line Reducing and Dark Circle Diminishing Vitamin C Eye Serum. It comes in this pump, which is different from their other one. I have been using this. Is what I've been using like all year long. Loving skin. So I take moisturizing my skin very seriously before I do my makeup. So I love a good hyaluronic serum or essence. So this is very affordable. This is from Good Molecules, hyaluronic acid boosting essence. Just something great to just hydrate the face. So I will, after I cleanse my face, I will put this on. Then I will go in with my eye cream, my serum, and then my moisturizer, SPF. Yeah. But then one other product that I might use after I've done all of that, but before I do my foundation, would be a primer, makeup primer. And Chanel came out with one at the beginning of the year. Fabulous. It's from the Le Beige Healthy Winter Glow Primer. I got in the darker shade Light Copper. I feel bad even showing this because it was limited edition and I don't think it's available. How dare they? How dare they? They need to bring this back. This is a fantastic hydrating primer. It's gorgeous. This should never be limited edition. Okay, that is it. Thank you guys for the fact that if you made it to this point, oh my God, thank you. Because I know this was a lot, but thank you for watching the video to the end. If you have been subscribed to me, or even if you've just been watching any of my videos this year, I really appreciate it. I know I'm a really tiny like obscure channel, but the fact that anybody would watch my channel and let alone be subscribed to my channel, I really appreciate it. Being on YouTube is something that I never thought I would do. I always said to myself I would never have a YouTube channel, and here I am having one. So I hope you found my channel helpful this year. You know, I live a crazy life because I have a busy work schedule. I have children, I have a husband, so it's really hard for me to find that work balance enough to come out with these videos and still take care of my work in the office and at home. So I'm going to do my best and see what I can do in 2025. You know, there might be times where I don't come out with videos just because my schedule and my life is crazy. But you know, thank you for those who are rocking with me and who have been with my journey and will continue with my journey as we go forward. So I wish you guys all the best, not just today, not just this year, but for next year. So thank you all. Be well, be blessed. Bye.